Amazing one, Karima. Thank you so much. I'll take over from here. I'll be really fast, right? In our usual fashion, I'll ask you guys to actually have like a sheet of paper beside you and a pen, and also be ready to screenshot because I have about 27 slides that I want to go through in the next, let's say, give and take 30 minutes, right? These particular slides, they are value packed with a lot of resources, and towards the end of the 27th slide, I'm going to be giving out a gift. So you want to stay to the end so that you don't get to miss out on what I'll be sharing at the end of this particular 27 slides. As you can see, I prepared it in Figma actually. That's been easy for me working on Figma lately. So once again, my name is Samolinus and you guys are highly welcome. This particular webinar is geared towards people that are interested or currently building a career as a front-end developer or as a UI UX designer. Now that being said, a little bit about NerdII, just in case this is your first time you're hearing about NerdII. NerdII is a community first learning platform, which simply means to put community before any other thing, right? Platform that enables creators, coaches, or educators host and sell online courses or course-based program in a community-first approach. So everything we do at NerdII is community first, right? We share amazing stuff across our social media, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. Do well to search for NerdII. You're going to see us. Follow us. Check our social media pages. You're going to love the amazing content you're going to see there. Now, one more thing before I get started into the business of the day, feel free to take a screenshot at any point during this webinar and share on social media, tagging us, right? And we are going to repost it. It could be on your Instagram stories, it could be on Twitter. Anyway, just tag NerdII, tag Samuel, tag anybody that you have their handle, and we'll do well to basically engage with your tweets or with your social media post, right? So don't forget to be part of the family. Now, let's get started. People normally say that Samuel, you speak too fast, you're always in a hurry. So before I even get started, like, am I too fast? Am I too fast, guys? All right, there's a message section. I always ask questions, right? So please help me use the message section when I ask questions. Interact with me so that I'll not feel alone here, right? So I'll not be bored. So am I too fast, guys? All right. So I'm going to, but I have 27 slides and I want to go through it in less than 30 minutes, right? So just bear with me. So don't blink. If you blink, you snooze. All right. So the first thing we'll be talking about here in terms of this particular career is the roles. So now, what kind of job will you be applying for? You can apply for either as a front end developer or either as a UI UX designer, right? So as somebody that is building his or her career in this particular any of these particular two areas, those are the first thing you want to ask yourself actually. If I finish the training, if I finally get this skill, what kind of role should I be applying for? If I go on Google right now and I search for something, what kind of role would I be applying for? You'll be applying for job roles that has something like product designer, or UI designer. Let me see if I can even do a quick test here. All right, let me open a Google search. Permit me to use this. So if I search for UI UX designer job, all right, if I hit there, Google is a nice tool, right? Google is going to bring out like some list of jobs for me in a jiffy, right? So I'll be waiting for it. Why is it taking time? All right, it's loading. All right, and so you're going to see, so once you type any of this role that I just gave you guys right now on Google, you're going to see Google Jobs, basically because I'm in Lagos, so it's showing me Lagos. But if I want to change the location to be worldwide anything, I could actually change the location too. As somebody that is actually venturing into this field, you want to know what kind of role will I apply for. For product design, you could say product design job, UI design job, UI designer. I always tell people that as a product designer, you can actually niche in and specialize just as a UI designer, which simply means you can be a UI designer without being a UX designer. Yes, quote unquote me anywhere. You can be a UI designer and you can be looking for what? UI design jobs alone. So it is really good because it simply means if you learn product design, um, 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 you are learning like two things, right? It's like a very big basket, right? It can carry UI designer alone, and also you can also be looking for UX researcher alone. So it's not everybody that must design. It's not everybody that must design, know how to use colors and all of those stuffs, right? It can also just be a researcher alone. And if you go on Google, probably after this particular webinar, and you search for UX researcher jobs, right? Something like this, researcher, that's RCH. Doesn't look well. Okay, researcher job. Let me just see UX research job. All right, cool. So if you search for these too as well, you're also going to see jobs that are just only UX research only, right? So, and you can also apply for usability specialist. So usability specialist is an individual that basically check on test a finished prototype, right? There's a particular slide that is even missing. For the sake of those that are absolute beginners, you might be asking, what is even who is a UI UX designer? Or who is a front end developer? Probably I would have added that particular slide before this particular slide. So since I did not add that, let me just explain. A UI UX designer or a product designer can be the same person, right? What they do is that they design the interface. They design how the application is going to look like before the developer starts coding. For example, now this Google Meet that we are on is a web application. You could see people's profile picture, you could see people's name, you could see this my slide that I'm presenting, right? So this is an interface. So somebody designed it. Somebody said, let's put the button here, let's make it blue. Let's make the to end the color, to leave the meeting button red. Let's put some emojis at the top. If somebody does not have profile picture, let the initial of their first name be showing. Somebody made that design. That person is a UI UX designer. Now the person did not code it. Now somebody now took that design, inherited that design, and started writing codes, probably HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and any kind of programming language that we have out there, right? And transfer that design to code. That particular person is what? Is a front-end developer. So if I want to liken it to building, like a two-story building, I would say a UI designer is like the architect of the industry. You know, when you want to build a bungalow, now you go to an architect, they'll just draw it's going to look like for you. You will see the picture, it will look as if the building exists, but the building does not exist until the builders start laying bricks and blocks, right, on that land. And they'll now bring that particular picture or drawing the architect's did into a real thing. So that is the same thing. In this case here, the UI designer is like the architect, while the front-end developers are like the builders. So the front-end developers do the coding, while the UI designers do the designing of what the front-end developers will code. So now, that being said, let me come back again and explain there are different job roles or titles that you can apply for when you are job hunting. The first one I said for UI design is product designer or UI designer. You can have UI designer jobs. You can also search for UX researcher job or UX designer job. You can search for usability analyst job, which simply means you're just the tester. Right? For front-end developer, you could look for a job that just basically say front-end developer job, JavaScript developer job, React developer job, Angular developer job, Vue.js developer job, front-end software engineer jobs. All of these stuffs, they are all part of job titles and roles for UI UX and front-end developers as well as UI UX designers. So I'm just basically I'm discussing the two of them simultaneously. Right. So that being said, let me proceed. Now that you know that I have like so many things, there's not like a PowerPoint here. So this one now is job responsibilities. Now this is what I always advise any student or any mentee that I have. I always tell them that even at the point before you start learning, it is good you should go ahead and search. By the time I learn all of these things finish and I get a job, what will I be doing? What will be my responsibility? So that even as you are learning, you will use that as a guide. You use that as a guide to know, am I even learning the right thing? Hope I'm learning what employers are looking for. So all I'm just saying is that when you go and search for example, UX researcher jobs or front-end developer job, and you click on any of the available vacancies that Google will give you like this, if you go there, you're going to see some job descriptions. So you want to study those job descriptions and ask yourself, am I learning what is on this job description, or am I learning something that is no longer needed? Am I learning Fortran when the world is not looking for JavaScript? You get what I'm trying to say, right? You want to ensure that you are learning something that is employable, something that is actually marketable, something that the industry needs and you will easily get a job or and can start making money, right? Because the essence of this webinar tonight is to show you different ways you can actually start making money, right? I sent an email before this webinar, and I said I want to show you guys how you can actually start making around 300K on an average as a UI designer every month if you're working for a Nigerian company, and how you can also start making, like, let's say a $122,000 annually if you're working remotely from Nigeria, which is great, right? I always tell people, I tell people that the dream of every tech bro or tech sis in Nigeria is to work for a foreign company remotely, because when you convert the dollars, it becomes an amazing payment. But now let's take a look at the responsibilities. Now, responsibilities are the things that you will do when you finally get the job. Now, for you guys, most of us say we are beginners, so don't see these responsibilities as the things that you need to do. The reason I will read through these things now is for you to know that these responsibilities are the things that you are supposed to learn, so that when you are ready to start job hunting, you know enough to start applying for jobs that require these responsibilities. Am I correct? Who is feeling me? Who is getting what I'm trying to say? Can I see some emojis there? It feels as if I'm just be talking to myself. Can somebody just drop some emojis, or anywhere? There's some emojis anywhere. Let me know if you guys are actually with me here, or I'm just talking to myself. Am I talking to myself, guys? All right. So I could see some emojis flying. That means I'm not talking to myself. I guess I should proceed then. So responsibilities, front end job responsibility. For front end, you want to collaborate. A front end developer will collaborate with designers to translate UI UX design concepts into functional web pages using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So part of the responsibility of a front end developer or designer, front-end developer, sorry, is to translate that design into an actual code base. Another responsibility is to develop and maintain front end of our web application to ensure optimal performance and user experience. Okay, let me read that of UX. UX, now you work closely with the project managers and developers to understand the project requirements and user needs. Number two, you are required to create wireframes, user flows, and prototypes to visualize and communicate design ideas. You are required to design and implement user interfaces that align with our brand and user experience standard. You are expected to conduct user research, usability testing, and gather feedback to inform design decision. You are required to collaborate with front-end developers to ensure the successful implementations of design. So now you could see that it's a two-way street. Front-end developers are working with UX designers. UX designers are working with front-end developers. So they are always working together in a team. So let's say you're working as a front-end developer in Nerdy I now. You are part of the Nerdy I team, and you are part of us building the product we are building, right? Once our in-house designer does something, the inner designer will send it to you guys. You will do it. You will try to code it. If there is something about the design that you don't understand, you will tell, where's the screen to do this? So how would this work? Blah, blah. I don't even understand what you designed there. What are you trying to say? Yeah, so you guys will be working together, back and forth communication like that. It is not a linear path, actually. So it's back and forth. So you guys will be going back and forth. So as a UI designer, you are always working with the front-end developer. And as a front-end developer, you're also working with the UI designer. And that is why you will see some Nigerian employers saying stuff like, if you're a front-end developer that have a little bit knowledge of UI design is a plus. And if you're a UI designer that have a little bit of front-end knowledge is a plus. And guess what? One of the most important soft skills, no, all of these things, they are hard skills, right? So one of the most important soft skills that you need to have, either as anybody in tech, is basically the skill of what? Communication. So you always want to know how to communicate, because you'll be working with real human beings that are not necessarily designers, but back and forth, ensuring that you guys have an amazing product. As you can see, a UI designer does not only work with front-end developers, they also work with the product managers, right? So the product managers are the guys that are like the tax masters, right? The guys that ensure that you guys meet up to deadlines, when you should meet up to deadlines, right? So as a UI designer, you're working with product managers back and forth as well. So communication is key there, right? So that being said, let's take a look at some of the average salary of a front-end developer. Now let me take my screen back to my very first slide. Remember, we are talking about career opportunities for front-end developers and UX designers. So my aim in this 27th slide that I have is to dissect the career of a front-end developer in and out, from beginner's perspective to advanced perspective, and also to dissect the career and any potential and everything that has to do with UX designer. So I'll be showing you guys everything, how much they make, how much you should be expecting to make, where you can go to start making the money, what you can do to start making the money, how you can learn, how you can start to learn. I'll be sharing everything, and towards the end, I'll be giving you guys a gift. So my slides are well loaded. I could actually sell this slide right now with the amount of resources and information I have on this slide. I could actually sell it, right? So, but of course, I'm sharing with you guys for free. So, yeah, you can take a screenshot because if you ask me afterward, I will say, hey, look, pay 30,000 naira to get my slides. So, you can take a screenshot, right? And also have a sheet of paper to jot things. So now let's start sharing some amazing information. I did an amazing research before coming on board with you guys, right? So average salary of a front-end developer. How much should you be expecting to make if you're planning to learn front-end development? How much should you be expecting to make? So of course, most of us should know Glassdoor, right? So Glassdoor is an amazing company. Um, Most of us we should know these guys, Glassdoor, right? So Glassdoor is an amazing company. It's like Jobberman. Glassdoor is basically like Jobberman in a way. It's a job board where you see several jobs and the rest, right? Somebody's asking me, Abdul Jamil is asking me, can we get this slide after presentation, sir? You are going to pay 30,000 naira to get my slides. So you better listen and jot down things and take screenshots. All right. So that being said, so according to Glassdoor, I even drop a link. If you're in the average salary of a front-end developer in Nigeria, NGN, the average salary of a front-end developer in Nigeria. In fact, if you get my slide, you will see that there is a link here that you can actually click and view all the most of the popular tech companies in Nigeria and the range at which they pay. How I wish I have enough time or that open this particular link for you guys to see. I don't know if I have it saved here. I don't know. I wish I have it saved somewhere. I would have showed you guys now. You see several companies, how much they pay in Flutterwave, how much they pay in blah blah. So they did amazing research and stuff like that. So the average salary of a front-end developer in Nigeria is around 285,000 naira per month. 285,000 naira per month. According to Glassdoor, 285,000 naira per month average salary of a front-end developer in Nigeria. So you can see this. If you click on this link here, it will take you to this particular Glassdoor page. Say how much does a front-end developer make in Lagos? So you see the list is around 134,000 naira, and the most based on the data that they have is around 600,000 naira. So of course they should be able to have enough data to come up with this conclusion because all of these companies comes on Glassdoor to basically list job openings, and sometimes they also share the expected amount of payment. So they use all of those information to say, okay, if you're in Nigeria, this should be the range, and if the median amount that you can make is 285,000 naira. But I now went further and did some amazing research so as well. I wanted to know how much can I make as a front-end developer in Nigeria working remotely for a company that is not in Nigeria. And guess what? According to Zip Recruiters, they also have done that particular research. Remote front-end developers can make an average sum of how much? $109,843 per year. Not per month, though. It's not per month. That's about $109,000 per. That's around with the current exchange rate now. That's about 109 million naira per year, not per month, per year, per year. So the least there is around $13,000 per year, while the most you can make is around $162,500. But the average sum, you're not too good, you're not too bad. The average sum is around this amount, which is a good amount of money, right? So of course you could see that they did that particular research, and I shared a screenshot of it because I screenshotted it, and I also dropped a link where you can click to verify it, right? So you can always go and verify. So all of these things, I didn't just fabricated it and start saying it. I feel like saying to who you guys know. Actual research done by actual companies that are spending time in doing getting all of this data, so that you will know, is this something I want to do? Before you embark on a journey, you want to be able to use your tongue to count your teeth to know if they're actually if something is worth doing or not. So let's talk about UI designers. Amazing thing. I now realize that it seems as if UI designers make more money than front-end developers. right? So as a UX designer, the average salary of a UX designer according to Glassdoor. Can you guys hear me? I think my network skipped a little bit. Can you guys hear me? All right. What's the last thing that you heard? You can just basically send a message there. What's the last thing that you heard? What's the last thing that you heard? Help me and type some message if you can hear me. What's the last thing that you heard? What's the last thing that you heard? The average salary on ZipRecruiter. All right. So I was basically saying that the average salary on ZipRecruiter for front-end developers is around 109,000 US dollars per year, not per month, per year. Right. So let's take a look at UX designers. For UX designer, according to Glassdoor again, the average amount of money you can make per month in Nigeria, working for a Nigerian company as a UX designer, is 300,000 naira. So that does not mean that you cannot earn less or you cannot earn more. So the least, according to their research, is around 124,000 naira per month. While you can make as high as 1 million naira per month working as a UX designer in Nigeria. But the average, according to the data that they have, is 300,000 naira per month. If you compare that with front end is 285,000 naira per month. Right now, according to builtin.com, I did further research. According to builtin.com, which is also a job board for people that want to work remotely, your designer can make an average sum of $122,000 per year. Per year. So the least you can make is around $62,000 per year, while the most you can make is around $200,000 per year working remotely as a UX designer, right, for a foreign company, right? So according to this research right here, you can always check this particular research out. If you compare it with front end is around 109, while UX designer is around 122. Amazing. Now let's proceed. So now that you know the average amount of expected pay both in Nigeria and outside the country, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about other revenue streams. Now people have already asked me, Samuel, I've learned this skill. So how can I make money? There are several ways you can make money. Getting a job is not the only way you can actually make money. In fact, I always tell people the fastest way to make money with a tech skill is not to get a job. Oh, if you did not get that, that is you type Rema. That is Rema. Just drop punchline. The fastest way to make money, in tech is not to get a job. I didn't say the highest amount of money you make. The fastest way, if you want to make money like you want to make money like today, like tomorrow. The fastest way to actually make money in tech using a tech skill is not to get a job. Actually, is to sell a product. Write it down. So what is the fastest way? If you don't, because of course you cannot control when you will get a job and when you will not get a job, but you can control when you will sell a product. You understand? You can apply for jobs and they're not giving you a job. What will you do? Are you going to kill yourself? No. But you can actually work on product and start selling it. Now the question you're asking me, Sam, what kind of product can I sell? I call it templates, right? Digital product templates. Now, if you go on platforms like UI8.net as a UX designer, in fact, I think I have that open here. Let me see. Okay, I have that open here. Thank God. All right. If you go to UI8.net, that's the name of the website. You can write it down. As a UX designer, you can work on a project. For example, you can work on a fitness app. Look at this fitness app now, ZinFit. A UX designer worked on it and he's selling it for what? $35, right? And guess what? There's not only one person that will buy this particular app. 1,000 people might buy this particular template now. He has made $35,000, right? So these are you can even come here and get ideas. These are template that other UX designers have worked on and they are selling it. This one is $23. It looks cheap, but the money is in the numbers of sales, not in the unit price. This one is $49, right? There is some that is free, like this particular one that you could see. Air inbox landing page. Okay, just a landing page, so of course it is free, which is not bad, right? So it's free. You can even use free to even use some potential clients, right? And probably they cannot start giving you jobs. You can never tell, right? You can just design probably 2-3 pages and upload it here for free, and you never can tell. Probably people might use it, right? So this is $40. So my advice is go and expose yourself. After this webinar, go on this website, play around it, and expose yourself to it. See how you can sign up, see how you can sell. become an author is already here. Become an author. That is how you can actually start listing your own product to, if you have, and sell. But of course, before you list your product, you have to go through the hard work of what? Designing particular product, right? On Figma, most of it is on Figma. Actually, you could see almost all of it is on. Okay, I think I've clicked on something. Almost all of it is on Figma, on Figma, on Figma, on Figma. So if you're learning Figma, you're actually learning how to use the right and the winning tool, which I think is pretty nice. All right, so that being said, what about front-end developers? Where can I sell? So I have a platform here called teamforest.net. Do I have it open here? Of course. Take a look at these guys now. Canvas, a multipurpose HTML5 template built with just HTML and CSS. They're selling it for what? $16. But this person have sold over 70 times. Over 70,611 sales. Now do the math. If you multiply 70,000 times $16, these guys have made over $3 million selling HTML and CSS templates on teamforest.net. Of course, it's not in 1 year. Over how many years? 6 years. I saw it here. 6 years. I saw about 6 years before. Where is that place? I saw 6 years again. They have been selling this stuff for 6 years. Okay, this is where I saw it. Say, I have been using Canvas for over 6 years and I've purchased multiple licenses. Right? So over 6 years they have been selling this particular stuff, and over that period of 6 years, they've sold over 70. That means in 6 years they've made over $3 to $4 million just selling HTML5 templates alone, right? So as a front-end developer, you might not even wait till you get a job. Come on, build something, build a template, come on this platform, list it. If you don't know how to do it, after this time it's owned by Envato, right? Come on this platform, search for stuff, expose yourself to other realities. This is me saying that making money is not related to getting a job alone, right? That is my point, and I believe I've made my point. Who agree with me? Have I made my point? Have I made my point? You guys should talk to me inside the message section now. Have I made my point? All right. Have I made my point? All right. Somebody must say something. If you don't say something, I'll just be repeating, have I made my point till 10 o'clock? Have I made my point? Have I made my point? Have I made my point? You don't know me, I joke a lot. So I'll just keep singing for you guys.
Yes, I made your point.
Amazing. All right, so I guess I can proceed now. All right. So please, there's a message box there. If you join with your phone, you join with your system, there's a message box. When I'm talking, please engage with me, right? It makes the whole thing fun for me and easy for me, actually. All right. So let me proceed. Don't worry if you have questions, jot it down. Towards the end, I can take questions, right? So another revenue stream is rendering of services or freelancing. In fact, I used to tell people that there are 2 ways you could do freelancing. You can use freelance platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, and the rest, or you can do personal freelancing where you just come up with a service that you want to render, share it on social media, and people will reach out to you and you work for them, right? So freelancing, actually. So you can go on a platform like Upwork. I don't know if you've heard of Upwork, but majority of us, of course, have heard of Upwork, right? So you can go on Upwork.com and you will see what is the average amount of money that these guys can make on Upwork. So according to my research here, the average amount a front-end developer can make on Upwork as a freelancer is between $15 to $35 per hour. Between to $55 per hour. I did a further research. Annual payment is around $90,000 if you're working as a freelancer on Upwork, right? Average that you can make. UX designer on Upwork can make an average of $29 to $39 per hour. UX designers are really good people. They're actually making more money than front-end developers. I did not know. I thought that front-end developers should be making more money. Well, I'm shocked, as you're shocked too, right? So UX designers they're actually cashing it in. So $25 to $39 per hour. So if you have a client per hour, you can be making within that particular range. The list is around 29. You can charge more than that. You can make more. These are just like average that they are giving you according to the data that they have. And remember, they say men lie, women lie, men are scum, women are scum, or there's something they call them. But guess what? Numbers don't lie. So what you're seeing here, they are numbers, they are real figures, they are facts. They don't lie. So you could see, that's why I wrote, let's take a look at some facts. Right? So these things are facts. So you can actually make money there. So if you take a look at it, there are 3 ways you can actually make money with your skill set by the time you're done learning or you're done building your career to a professional level. 3 ways. Number one, get a job. Number two, sell a product. Number three, render a service or go into freelancing. And of which I've covered all the three of them. I started with getting a job, and I said other revenue stream apart from getting a job, sell templates. Number two, render a service. And don't forget, we are still talking about the main thing, career opportunities for front-end developers and UX designers. So is it a worthwhile career? You guys are going to answer that question yourself. Should I spend the next 6 months learning this thing and mastering it? You're going to answer that yourself. Can it lift me up from poverty? You're going to answer that yourself. In fact, guess what? I'm even going to show you guys how you can japa on this call. Alright, so you want to stay to the end. I have amazing resources here. And if you want my slide, you're going to pay 30,000 naira because this slide, I took my time, I used my energy, I did my research, I prepared it. Plus, you can't Google this shit. What I'm sharing right now, you can't Google it out, right? I bet you can't Google it out. If you doubt me, go try and Google it. All right. So let's proceed. And you can't ChatGPT it actually. If you go and ask ChatGPT, what are the career opportunities of the UX designer? Right? ChatGPT is not going to give you the way I listed it out like this. Right? So you can't even ChatGPT out my slide except you pay me $30,000 or you take a screenshot. Right? Or you jot things down, or you listen attentively. But that being said, let's continue. How to get a high-paying tech job, right? Remember, I promised you guys, I'm going to show you guys how you can actually get a high-paying tech job. I always said that the dream of every tech bro, Texas, is to work for one foreign company, earning in either in USD or in British pounds. I call it the currency that has some name, British and pound sterling, right? Or you earn in euro, stuff like that are actually good when you're here. So when you convert it, you'll be feeling like a big boy, right? Or a big girl, right? But that being said, let's continue. How to get a high-paying tech job in 6 to 24 months. Now, this I always recommend 6 to 24 months. I always tell people that tech is not a get-rich-quick scheme. So I'm not trying to say, come and learn UI design, and tomorrow your life is going to change. Your life is not going to change anywhere. In fact, somebody once asked me a message, and I shared a video about it. I don't know if it was this week or last week, right? Somebody asked me, Samuel, if I learn this, I don't know if it's UIX. If I learn UIX, will I be able to get a job after I learn? I said, what did you ask? I said, because this one, it seems as if there is no job again. I said, there is no job. You're not going to get a job. Even if you learn, you're not going to get a job. Do you know why? Your mindset has already tricked you to agree that you're not going to get a job. So because of in your mindset, you think you're not going to get a job, you're not going to get a job. If you think it's bobo, in your mindset it's already bobo. That's how it's going to manifest for you based on how you think in your head. So, and I also believe that for you to master any tech skill, you cannot actually learn it and master it in 1 week, in 1 month either. Even in 2 months, you cannot actually really master. We're talking about mastery here. I used to tell people that between learning probably UX design or front-end web development and learning vulcanizing, which one is more difficult? Which one should take longer time? Somebody tell me that if I want to learn how to be a hairdresser, right, it's going to take me about a year plus. Then you want to learn UX design in 1 month or in 2 months and start making money by the 3rd month. Bro, it's not realistic. So I always recommend 6 to 24 months. So you want to venture into tech, you want to learn a tech skill, give yourself mentally 6 to 24 months. 6 to 24 months is the amount of time that you will learn, you will gain mastery, you will get a job, you start making money, you start balling. It's enough time. And you're going to be focused. Not that today you're learning UX design, tomorrow you're learning project management. After you learn project management in one place, you go on Coursera, you are learning cyber security. After cyber security, give you small headache. You come back again and say, where is data analytics? I heard that one, people make money there again. You spend 3 years going back and forth. If I actually do a census here and ask everybody on this particular call, since when have you been telling yourself that you're going to venture into tech or learn a test skill? You guys will agree with me. So many of us there is more than 1 year. Well, who is there? Who have been in this space in their mind, or probably since last year, telling them, let me learn tech. No, let me learn tech. I'm going to start tomorrow. Up till now, you are still around. I want to learn a test skill. Who have been there for more than 6 months? Anybody? Anybody, right? So it boils down that whether you like it or not, 6 months is going to come and 6 months is going to pass. If you think 6 months is too much, I think you should find something else, right? If you think 6 months is too much, go and learn hairdressing and see if it's not going to take you 6 months before you learn how to plait shuku. You know that before you learn how to cut hair and plait shuku, it will take you or 2 hand. Or before you learn twisting or Ghana weaving and Cameroonian weaving and stuff. All those amazing stuff they do with ladies' hair and snake style. All those kind of beautiful, beautiful braid and the rest. Cobra hairstyle. All those stuff. You see that it's going to take you more than 6 months before somebody will pay you 12K. At least you will hold attachment for like 3 months before your madam will now agree you to plait the hair. So hair design is not different too as well, right? It's not different. It's not that you're going to learn it for 1 month and the next month you already start cashing out. It's not going to work like that. Except even if it's juju safe, it's not going to work like that, right? So at the end of the day, tell yourself, I'm going to spend 6 to 12 months doing this stuff, right? So don't give up easily. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. So that being said, I said 3 ways you can get a high-paying tech job. Number 1, learn to be proficient. The reason why I did all of those prep talk is so that proficiency is 2 things. Look for a structured course. If you can get a mentor, that's fine. If you can get a community of people that you're learning with, that's also fine. Time and consistency allow you to attain proficiency. Time. Everything is a matter of time. Time and consistency. Now, 2 years is not, 6 months is not, I design 1 page today. After 3 months, I come back and design the 2nd page and you say, this is my 4th month. No, it's not your 4th month. Until it is your 2nd week. In fact, it's your 1st week. So you don't want to open your system today. You will not open your system again till 2 weeks. It's not 2 weeks you just did. You just did 30 minutes in that 2 weeks. You get what I'm trying to say, right? So you don't watch the whole what will I say now? You don't watch a whole seasonal movie in Netflix and come here and watch a video of 30 minutes and call yourself a UX designer, right? So who is deceiving who? So you have to learn to be proficient. So I'm going to take my time. I'm going to go for a structured course. I was dragged few weeks, a few months ago when I told people on Twitter that don't learn on YouTube if you're a beginner. I know that you in Nigeria will love free things. Is it free? Is it free? Don't pay for free things so much. I hope they run belle. That's a statement in Nigeria. It simply means that if you get something too much for free, you're going to run into purging. Purge in English. You're going to have dysentery, right? Because it's going to be too sweet and sugar is not good, right? So sugar is not good for the body. Your anus will be fighting to close its rectum, right? And you'll be holding your legs together while tightening your butt. So you don't want to do that, right? So I was dragged on Twitter when I made that particular video. So many people were just insulting me and stuff. I was just laughing, going through their comment and stuff. It was funny actually. So I was just telling people that if you want to learn any tech skill, right? You don't just go on YouTube and Google YouTube crash course and after 30 minutes video, you call yourself a UX designer. You will find yourself doing that stuff for 2 years, 6 months. How many of us here have watched so many videos on UX design on YouTube and still within you cannot still call yourself a UX designer? Anybody? Anybody here? Anybody here? Anybody? Right? You cannot still hit your hand on your chest and call yourself a UX designer, right? Aha. So that's what I'm talking about here. So if you want to be proficient, look for a structured course, right? If it is paid, pay for it. This is your career here, right? You didn't go to school. You didn't go to school and say, give me for free. Even if it's a free school that you went to, say, it's scholarship. Somebody paid on your behalf, right? So nothing is free here. So if you have to pay, you pay for it. It is your career here you're talking about. It's your life. Just imagine if you pay for it and after now you now secure a job that you're earning 300K per month. It depends, or even more, even less. You will recover your money back, right? So the next thing is prepare your portfolio. Prepare your portfolio is discipline. To start a project and finish it and prepare, it takes discipline to prepare your portfolio, right? So you want to prepare your portfolio too as well. Number 3, you start job hunting. See, if you really want to get a job, right, you start applying for job as if it's your job. So what I'm trying to say that in the morning you're going to wake up, you're going to shower, have your bath, You dress up. If you're a lady, put some nice makeup. You comb your hair, carve your hair, put on suit and tie. You sit on your laptop at your home. Guess what you are doing for that day from 9 to 5? You are looking for jobs that you're going to apply to. Right? So your job is applying for job. So till you get a job, you have a one single job, apply for job. So you do that 9 to 5. When it gets to 5 in the evening, you close down your laptop, you say, God, I thank you. You are an amazing day at work. Right? They ask, how is work? They say, fine. What did you do? I applied for 2 jobs today. Right? So till you get a job, your job is to apply for job. Right? So you do that. And there is no way you're going to do that. You will get at applying. You will get at interview. So at the end of the day, all those, how's that word again? Tinini tanana. Tinini tanana, biko biko. One job will click and you start your career. Right? You get what I'm trying to say? Mini manimo, one job will click. You start your career like that, right? That's how it is. That's how it is. Actually, nobody gives you, and there's something Lil Wayne said in one of his songs. His song say, nobody gives you a chance, you gotta take chances. I can't remember the way he put it, anyways, actually. So actually, nobody gives you a chance in this industry, right? Right? You actually come and you make chances. Nobody gives you a seat at the table. You come and you drag your spot at the table to actually sit down. Nobody gives you a chance. Nobody care if you learnt. Nobody even care if you are good. Are you ready to? Because you're not the only good person. If you think I've learned, I've mastered this thing, you're not the only. Somebody is not the only good person. Somebody is not the only guy that is good with exam, good with frontend development. I'm not the only good person. I have other 1,001 million people out there that is really good. Some of them even better than me, right? You get my point. So, but you have to go there and play. You understand? You cannot change the game being a spectator. You can only shout, go now, don't know the wrong way. Something that you can just kick. Enter inside the pitch and go and kick the ball. You cannot, except you're a player. Right? So by the time you learn to be proficient, you prepare your portfolio. The third thing is that you want to start applying for job as if applying for job is your job till you get a job. Alright, that being said, that's how you can actually get a high-paying tech job in 6 to 12 months. But guess what? I did an amazing work for you guys. Right? I broke it down. Look, I have so many stuff I want to share. So I'm going to run now so some of us can go back and sleep and probably eat and do something and say, oh God, thank you. I attended this particular webinar. This guy is so amazing. Look at what he shared. Blah, blah, blah. So I want you guys to actually do that. So I will just quickly go through my slide because I have so many slides here. So I've been on ×1 and I'll put ×3. So your ear, don't blink. If you blink, you miss an amazing opportunity. If you are screenshotting, you have to be screenshotting really, really fast. If you ask my slide after this whole call, I asked for 30,000 naira at least. I should sell this slide. Who agree with me? If you agree with me, please say yes. If you don't, say no. Should I sell this slide? Don't you guys think? Look at it. So many amazing resources is in it. Should I give it out for free? No, I should sell it. Who agree with me, please? I'm having 2 thoughts here. I could actually make some money from this. At least if 10 people give me 30,000 naira, now that's 300k. Right? Remember, I taught you guys, I wolf they run belly. You guys don't want to purge. Right? You guys don't want to purge. Right? I guess I should tell you. So many people are saying no. You guys want me to make money, Abby. It's not good though. Alright, let me continue. So I want to break these things, this 6 to 12 month thing. I want to break it down. I'm sure you guys will understand it better. So the first thing we're talking about here is portfolio building. Of course, learn to be proficient is explanatory. So let me talk about preparing your portfolio. Now, I know that most of us have not really started yet. I know most of us have not really started yet, so this stuff might be me. I've not even started learning. This guy's really talking about portfolio. Yes, jot these things down so that by the time you are done learning, you know the next thing. The moment you are done learning, the next thing is to build your portfolio. The moment you have an amazing portfolio, the next thing now is to wake up in the morning from 9 to 5, start applying for jobs. Chicken now. And if you do that in the next 6 months to 24 months, even if your village people are strong, that's what I told somebody. I told one girl, she was laughing. I told her that, look, there's a way you are going to hustle, You are going to out-hustle your village people. Before they come, you've moved. Before they come again, you moved. You just look, this boy. You work hard too much. You work hard before they meet you. You've already run. Your village people cannot catch you. So that's what I'm trying to say here. So there's a way you're going to attack this stuff. You'll be focused, consistent for the next 6 to 24 months. In 6 months, anything that you focus to do in your life in 6 months, your life will change, right? It will change. It's one amazing principle. So let me, before I start to preach, right? Because I'm also going to I'm going to make an altar call at the end of this talk. So before I start to preach, let me quickly finish my sermon. So how do you prepare a portfolio, right? So this is a collection of works. So what is your portfolio? A portfolio is a collection of works. It doesn't have to be completed and complicated, sorry. It should be simple and straightforward. Project should be presented in a form of case study. So I have a little design here of my portfolio. You could see it here, senior product designer, HS plus experience. I love to consider myself as a problem to solution centric product designer, blah, blah, all those amazing things that you type in your portfolio. So when it comes to here, there is case studies, but these stuffs, right, that I'm actually putting down here right now, you most of us, because you are mostly beginners, you might not be able to like resonate with it, but you can just screenshot it for future purposes. So this is like arrangement in UI design. There's something called case study for your portfolio. How do you want to arrange it? Step by step, so you can. So there are different formats anyways. So I dropped 2 formats. If you redesign something, use this particular redesign format. If you are starting a new product, you use this particular typical format, right? So you want to have your cover page, overview, problem hypothesis, design process, user persona, competitive analysis, user story, sitemap, low fidelity user flow, wireflow, typography, color palette, iconography, design templates, components, mockups, prototype, blah blah. So I dropped some like stuff. So with this, now you already have a guide. If you want to see more, there's a link there called view sample that will take you to a link where you're going to view sample, right? And if after this class you do not get my stuff, you'll not be able to see all of this link are attached, right? But no worry, take a screenshot. So format as well. You see the challenge. Basically, challenge is like the problem that you're trying to solve. Your kickoff, early insights, discovery, reframing, the redesign, the design strategy, the launch, the impact. Then of course you can always click on view sample to see what you did there as well, right? So I also put some other format again, like there's a storytelling format as well. They also have like overview, problem, goal, constraint, process, how might we question, exploration of concepts, design, key solution, testing. I also drop a link where you can see other samples of portfolio that you could check out. I also drop some key designers portfolio that work with amazing companies like Apple, Google, and the rest. Their portfolios of designers in some of these tech giant companies that you can also check out. I drop a link here that you can always click to check their portfolio. So you can actually basically mirror or then 1 or 2 from their portfolio if you're a UX designer. For front-end developer, of course, I didn't forget front-end developers. I did the same thing too. Front-end developer, your portfolio is easy. In your portfolio format, you don't want to have something like about you, projects that you have done, your skill that you have, the experience that you have. Then on each project, you want to arrange it in this format. Project overview, features implemented, technology used, your repo link. Repo link is like your link to your GitHub. But this might be a little bit complicated for a beginner, but don't worry. Even if it's complicated, don't worry, just hear it. Right? Then your preview link, probably if you hosted it on Netlify, Heroku or something, you put your preview link to that particular portfolio right there. Right? So now, when you're applying for jobs, so I've discussed about portfolio, right, which is the second one. So start job hunting. So let's talk about job hunting. So when you apply for a job, one of the key things you want to do is your resume and your cover letters. So you want to keep it simple, under 1 page, draft your resume with ATS in mind. So I always tell people that know what ATS is, especially if you're looking for a foreign remote job, right? So ATS stands for Applicant Tracking System, which is a software employers use to manage the entire application process. This system collects, scans, and ranks all of the application. So before a human being even will go through your application, right, they will scan all the applicants, all the CVs and stuff that you sent through an ATS software, and anyone that is ranking below 80 will not even be viewed by a human being. In other words, a software will just even screen you out. So if you keep applying, and you're not getting called for an interview, it simply means that your CV or something is not cool. And guess what? So many people pay these CV revamp guys to help them prepare CVs. And this could be some of the reasons why people pay them either 10,000 naira, 30,000 naira. If you cannot do it yourself, feel free to also pay people too as well. It doesn't hurt, right? It's not everything that you will do for free. Something that you don't know, you pay. If you don't pay people, universe is going to ensure karma will catch you, to ensure that people also will not pay you. So when people are not paying you, when you work, permit me to crack this joke. So permit me to crack this joke, eh? So I was telling somebody the other day that you don't want to pay for course, you don't want to pay for software. Anytime you see subscription, you japa, you turn back, you are wanting, is it free? Is it free? Is it free? Imagine you spend 6 months learning, you spend the next 1 year, you build an amazing software, and nobody wants to pay for that software that you build. Anybody want to use the free version of the software. How are you going to make money? You're still going to be broke, right? So I just tell people that, in fact, the moment you don't pay for stuff, you'll not be getting premium access. I always tell people that. No, you don't pay for stuff, you'll not be getting premium access. But, of course, except if you are financially, well, don't be greedy to yourself anyways. So people pay for all of this stuff. Even there is some ATS software whereby that you can use to scan. So what I normally advise people is that I would have, okay, I think I have some here I shared. So for example of a scanning software, this is it here. So let me even click on it. So this is a scanning software that you can use, right? So as you're applying, before you apply for the job, so each job has its own stuff. Each job with its own, what's the word now? Each job with its own CV, so that you ensure that this ATS software must have ranked you at least above 80. Assuming I have time, I would have shown you guys how to use it. So the name of this website is called app.jobscan.co. Write it down. app.jobscan.co. After the call, you can go and check it out and basically just go around it, right? So with this particular stuff, even as someone that is applying for a job, you can actually pass your CV through it to see if it score above 80 before you actually send that particular CV, right? So prepare an ATS structured resume, scan your resume for intended application before submission. Example of scanning software, so I drop one. Of course, you can always go on Google and search for more platforms if you want, right? Software or websites or that I can use to scan my resume for ATS, and you're definitely going to see a lot of information, right? So in your resume section, you want to see job title, contact information, work or professional experience, skills, and education. So this is another thing where people get, especially if you're a beginner. If you're just starting, right? You just learned and you prepare your CV, right? Most of you don't have any tech roles before. So on your CV now, what we are going to see, like cashier, work experience. Now in your CV, we are going to see cashier. We are going, not even cashier, secretary. We are going to see biology teacher in my NYC, physics teacher in my stuffs. I don't know if you get my point, right? And you're looking for a front-end developer role, and your work experience is NYC biology teacher, and there's nobody is going to employ you now, right? So in your work experience, even if you're a beginner, you have not worked in any tech company, you're not supposed to put that. Instead, your experience should be instead you should put project experience or professional experience, and you list the projects that you've worked on and the things that you did on that particular project, so that you're going to have those keywords for that particular job. You know, nobody's even going to even call you for interview, not to even talk of giving you a job when your work experience is biology teacher and doing my NYC. Then I later went to be a sales girl and a sales boy that I did blah blah. So you don't want to do that, right? You'll be the one that is hindering your success. So you don't want to do that. So take note of all of these things I'm saying, right? You can Google some of these things out. Experience will teach you. So apart from that, some job application require you to have like technical cover letters, right? So your cover letter should include the following information: introduction explaining your interests, skill and experience overview, products you have worked on, why you will love to work with them, thanks and conclusion. So I did a little bit templates here. For example, I'm incredibly excited to express my interest in the position of a UI designer at NEDI. In my previous role, I have been responsible for designing user interfaces, conducting user experience research, blah blah blah, and the rest there. I have spent the last 8 years of my career helping companies and brands build this user-centered design. As a UX designer, I also have a deep industry. I also have a deep understanding of information architecture, blah 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 blah. The rest. I would love the opportunity to join your team and elevate my career. Elevate my career as a UX designer at NEDI. Thank you for your time and consideration. Yours sincerely, Samuel Linus. So this is like a template, right? You can always use it. So anywhere you see this angle bracket, you just put it there, blah blah. So a simple template again, you can easily use to come up with what cover letters. You can actually take a screenshot. But if you want my slide, of course, you'll be paying for my slide. So platform to apply for remote and foreign opportunities, right? So guess what? I didn't want to leave you guys like sheep without shepherd. I told myself, I'm not just only going to tell these guys about all of these things, but I'm going to tell them where to go to, how they can start, right? So these are things that you want to jot down. So when you finally have this skill, you already know what to do, right? Someone on Neddy Eye has given you for free. So here are 10 different jobs you can, website you can go, job boards you can go to look for remote jobs, right? So we have remoteok.com, remote.co, flexjob.com, justremote.co, gsremotely.com. You see both UI designers and front-end developer job here. Daily remotely, remote leave, remoteleads.io. Okay, I think there's no .io.com. This is .io. I made a mistake here. Reworkremotely.com, jobpresso.co. So at least 10 different job boards that you can use to get foreign remote job that can be paying you what? In USD. Somebody tell me thank you. You guys are not telling me thank you here. You guys think it's easy to get all of this stuff? All right, so let me proceed. So, what about Jackpa? I didn't stop there. I know that some of us want to leave this country for Tinubu and his what now? And his guys, right? So, what about you want to Jackpa? So there are two ways you can Jackpa. You can Jackpa because of you want to go to school and use that to Jackpa. You can Jackpa because of anything, right? So for tech guys, so Jackpa options for tech bros and tech sales. So how would you visa options? We have the Tech Nation visa that you can use. You can see global talents. I don't know, most of us will know that. I drop a link where you can go, you can click and get more information about that. There is the US O1 visa if you want to go to US as a talent with an individual with an extraordinary talent. That's what they call that visa. O1 visa. There is the Canada startup visa. Okay, no. There's also Canada's talent visa too as well that you can also use to Jackpa as well. Right? So at the end of the day, so job platforms, right? Job platforms that you can also use to get remote jobs. No, this is not a remote job. If you want a job that they will tell you now, they'll give you a job, they'll pay for your flight ticket. That means you're not spending a dime to Jackpa. They will give you, you get a job. The job now, the part of the stuff that come with that job is relocation package. So we say jobs that comes with relocation package. So your employer is going to help you process your visa. Your employer is going to pay for your flight ticket. Your employer is going to address your initial accommodation when you land in that particular country. So I dropped some websites here where you can go and see those kind of jobs. But if your target country is Canada, we have Canada. How do you sing that song, say? That Canada. I've forgotten the song. All right. So job platform that you can use. If it's Jackpot now, you search for LMI here. I think I didn't put it here. It's called labor markets. What's it? Forgotten. But that's LMI jobs, right? Jobs that have all those LMI stuff for Canada. But I just some platform here. Relocate.me, relocateme.eu. I drop Van Hack. So Van Hack is an amazing platform. So you go there, they vet you and stuff, vanhack.com. So I drop all of the links. You can click it, take a screenshot, later do your own personal research. So just in case, after learning, you've got to the proficient level. So these are some of the options that you could actually try out, right? So how to get started? Now, I've shared amazing stuff, right? I know that majority of us here have not even started learning, or we started learning, but we're not there yet. And someone has already shared all the juicy stuff. All of these things I've shared, you can only start when you have learned. Hello? You can only start when you have learned. So how can you get started as somebody that don't probably some of the things I even said sound too technical for you. How can I get started with this tech thing? Should I go on YouTube? Should I go on Udemy? Should I go on Coursera? Where can I even get started? Right? This is one of the major reasons why we are building what we are building at Neddy Eye, to ensure that anything that you're doing, hopefully you're not going to do it alone. Right? We have an amazing free resources that we share. So how do you get started? You look for a structured course. I always tell people, look for a structured course. If it is paid, pay for it, right? You are investing into yourself. The best investment is not when you buy a land. The best investment is not when you buy a stock or a share in a company. The best investment is the investment you invest in yourself. How can you invest in yourself? It's not by eating two chicken. Say, Omo, I've worked. You just say, Madam, give me rice, 2 spaghetti, 4 momo, 3 eggs, 2 coke, 4 pure water. Bro, let me invest in this stomach. So that's not the kind of investment I'm talking about, right? So you want to invest in your what? In your knowledge. So if the structured course is paid, pay for it. The problem with YouTube, well, which I always, any day and any time, if you like insult me, if you like drag me on Twitter, I always tell people this. The problem with learning on YouTube for a beginner, YouTube is good. I still learn on YouTube. If you go on YouTube, you see so many nerdy eye videos on YouTube too, right? For free. So we still put educative material on it. But for a beginner, it is scattered. Somebody will start a UX design course, will not finish it. Or if you go for UX design on YouTube, now the first thing you're going to see somebody is just designing, they'll design one page. Another one page, you and I know that you cannot still call yourself a UX designer, right? You cannot just watch one video that they did one thing on HTML and call yourself a front-end developer, right? So that's the problem. That's my only issue. It's not structured, right? It is scattered. The informations are there, but for a beginner, you not even know what to search. You will still be confused. So that's why a structured course is actually the best approach for a beginner. But you will always still use YouTube. I still use YouTube till today. Till tomorrow, I will still go on YouTube and search for something, right? But I don't advise beginners, right? So, number 2, you want to enroll and be focused. So if you look for a structured course, you want to be what? Focused. You want to be focused. You don't want to start your UX design and before 2 weeks you are learning project management. Somebody asked me, Samuel, which of these skills pays more? I said all of them pay more. If you are going to be rich or poor, it's not about this what you learned. It's about you, the mindset that you have, right? If you start today, you bite small, you leave. You bite small, you leave. You are still not going to make it. You are never going to make it, right? So you want to stay in one place, focus. Estimated duration, I always advise people, 6 to 24 months. It is not too much to change your life. Some of us who went to school, we studied one stuff like that in school for 4 years, 5 years, right? And we graduated, we did NYC, we dashed Nigeria, 24 months again, still no job, right? So 6 months is not too much to change your life, right? I always tell people that, right? You want to stay focused and be disciplined. If you meet anybody and say, give me advice, I want to be successful. If it is Dangote, if it is Bill Gates, if it is Mark, if it is Elon, anybody, they will always tell you this thing. They'll say, my son, be focused. My daughter, be focused. My daughter, be consistent. Be patient. Patience is another good attribute. It's not because of you've done for 3 months and by the 4th month you've not gotten a job, you say, I want to give up. No, you'll be patient. And something I tweeted, I think that was yesterday or the first day I tweeted. I said that how we want you to know, say you try your best. How we want you to know, say you learn from how are we going to know that you learn from your mistake if you did not finally make it? Right? So you actually want to be focused and be consistent and be patient, right? Rome wasn't built in a day, neither would your career be built in a day, right? So how to fast track your progress? So the thing is, how do we fast track that 2 months to become 1 year? How do we compress 2 months to become 1 year? How do we compress 1 year to become 6 months? How do we make it fast? How do we compress 6 months to become 3 months for you, right? Of course, focus and consistency is one of the ways you can fast track it. Funny enough, getting a mentor, get mentorship is one of the ways you can fast track it because there's a saying in Nigeria that says something like "follow who know road," which simply means that person where they ask road, no, they miss road, something like that. I normally love to use all of this pidgin adage. It's really fun. It sounds like, yeah, these guys are Nigerians for real, right? So basically what I'm trying to say here is that if you have somebody out there, don't do this, do that instead. Don't think that you know it all, right? Imagine you now going on this like NYC ground, and it's like 1,000 coppers, and you tell them that, do you know that not all of you are going to get a job after your youth service? Majority will say, God forbid, God forbid. It is not me, oh. It is not me, oh. It is not me, oh. Most people will reject it, right? But it is still the truth, right? So your mentor now will tell you that, Moses, Edwin, don't do this. Do this instead. But Edwin get coconut head. Edwin no dey hear word. Edwin will say, no, no, this is how it works. By the time Edwin go and do that particular stuff and realize like, no, they say, but Samuel told me, oh. Samuel told me, I would have listened. So basically that's how it is. Right? When your mentor tells you something, you have to be obedient. Right? So that's how it is. Then if you can join a community, do that. I always tell people that sometimes relevant information and opportunities are shared in closed group before even the public get to know about it. That's just the truth. So relevant information sometimes, yeah, okay, I'm working on a project right now. I just called probably one of our previous and said, look, what are you doing? Join me on this particular project. I'll pay you some amount of money by the end of the month. It's a 4 weeks project. Join me, right? That is because of I knew that particular person from somewhere. I didn't post, I didn't tweet it. So before people do that, we get it. I've already picked somebody within the NDI community already, right? So that's how it is, right? So join the community if you can. So that is where the Nerdy Eye family comes to play, right? So you want to learn with the Nerdy Eye family. All our programs, I repeat, either online or physical, all our programs comes with mentorship. Mentorship is guidance. Samuel, I'm confused. I don't know what to do. This is how you're going to do it. Guidance. That's what mentorship is. Somebody that is going to guide you. It's not somebody that will be calling you. A mentor is not somebody that will be calling you. In fact, a mentor is somebody that you can call when you have issues, somebody that you can run to, not somebody that will be running to you. People always get it twisted. I don't know why. I always tell you, your mentor is not the one that will chase you. You're the one that's going to chase your mentor. So then we offer, we all our programs come with mentorship, community, and job support. Now, job support does not mean that we are going to give you a job. Somebody asked me that, Samuel, if I take this job, are you guaranteeing me that if I enroll for an NDI program after the course, I'm going to get a job? I told the person, the university that you went to, they guarantee you. How much did you pay for your school fees? If you went to a private university in Nigeria, probably you paid over ₦1 million. If it is federal, you paid certain amount of money, right? Unilag did not guarantee you that after you study computer science for 5 years, they're going to give you a job. Why would NEDI guarantee you that? So there is no guarantee anyway. If you're waiting for guarantee, no guarantee. Job support that we meant, whenever you see job support in area, we are not saying that we are going to give you a job. We're not going to give you any job. What we are going to do for you is this. We are going to support you. You see all of these stuffs that I said right here, right? Your CV, we are going to support you to prepare your CV. We are going to give you review on that. During your application process, we're going to give you review on that. Because people normally reach out to us to refer our students, when we have these recommendations, right, coming, you guys will be the first people that we are going to send it to. But we don't give, I repeat, don't get it twisted when you see job support in NDI. We don't give you 100% guarantee that because either you paid 150K or 350K for a program, that means after the program, NDI is going to say, go to that particular office, tell them that you're coming from NDI. There is one office waiting for you there with a company car. Go and resume work on Monday. No. What we're trying to say that we are going to guide you, we are going to recommend jobs for you. We are going to be there for you. That's just the word. We are going to be there for you to ensure that you don't walk the road yourself. Guess what? No company, no firm can guarantee you a job 100%. True or false? No company can guarantee that, after you learn from, I'm going to give you a job. Nobody can guarantee you a job 100%. So there's no need to tell you that, okay, after you finish this program, there's one office waiting for you there. No. But have we placed our students in the past? I can show you we have a lot of testimonials. We've placed the majority of our students in the past, right? We've gotten jobs. We've gotten opportunities for our students in the past. We've gotten a lot of these stuffs. But we don't tell people that we are going to give you a job 100%. So that if peradventure you fall around the 5% that we didn't get a job for, you not come and say, Neddy, I duped me, or Neddy, I deceived me. No. What we are trying to say that we're going to provide the community, we're going to provide mentorship for you. When it comes to application, we're going to assist you with application. We're going to ensure that you're doing the right thing at the right time. believing that if you are also serious with yourself and your career, because not what people do in Nigeria, people are very entitled sometimes. They want to sit back and relax and say, go and do all the job. No. What we will do is that we guide you, we'll give you the right resources, the right information, that you need. This is where to go, this is what to do, this is the site you need to use. There's another way you can easily get a job in the tech space that I did not even share with you guys. Probably let me share with that one with you guys as bonus. You see, there is the one that you use recruiting firm. I think I put it there. There is a tweet. Where is it again? I thought it's part of this is it here. How to get a high paying tech job. 3 ways. I tweeted something on my Twitter handle there. I said there are 3 ways to go about job searching. I said what? Use job boards like blah blah. Use recruiting firm, right? And pass their vetting process. For example, now if you're using job boards, you might get a lot of competition. But if you use recruiting firm, we have several recruiting firms like remotebase.com, we have proxify.io, we have Van Hack, we have Turing, right? We have several recruiting firms. What recruiting firm does for you is that they give you a test. Once you pass it, then you can now sit back and relax. They'll be the one that will merge you with this company. So if you're part of the Nerdy Eye community or wherever, what we do is that we help you to see that you can pass this vetting process with these recruiting firms too as well. So another way again is by cold emailing or send a cold email or reach out to a technical recruiter or founder. And we gave Hack. I also shared Hack is to target accelerator portfolio like YC and Techstars, like companies under all of these popular accelerators. And you can actually reach out to their co-founders, their HRs and stuffs like that. You can code mail them too. That works for a lot of people. Many people have secured internship using that particular technique there. So what we're trying to say is that if you're part of the community or part of the family, we're going to guide you in all of these stuff. So this is something that we've been doing over and over and over and over again, and we are good at it. We have a lot of testimonial for it. Now, back to what I said, because this is my second to the last slide. I only have one more slide. So now, if all of these things I've been sharing with before you now, you know that probably Edmund is thinking, I think I want to learn UI design. I think I want to learn front end. Nerdy Eye, we are starting our physical bootcamp. Here is our office. If you go on Google and you type Nerdy Eye, you're going to see our office address. It's at Yaba, Lagos. So we are starting our physical bootcamp next week. Next week, Thursday. It runs for 2 months of training, 1 month of mentorship. For UI design, the fee is 150,000 naira. It's very affordable. For front end, the fee is 350,000. Front end is longer. Front end is about 4 months. That means if you start with us on front end, we cannot finish it this year. We'll finish it around January, February next year for front end, right? So front end is 350,000 naira. You can pay once, you can pay on installment, 2 installments. If it is installment, you'll be paying 80k times 2. If it is front end, you'll be paying 160 times 2, right? So it's a physical location in Yaba. You'll be coming twice every week, Thursdays and Fridays for front end, for UI design, 2 months of training, 1 month of mentorship. For front end, 3 months of training, 1 month of mentorship, giving it 3 months and 4 months, right? So UI design is 150k, front end is what? 350k. It comes with, apart from just the train and ever, it comes with part of our community, of course, and part of you're going to get personalized mentorship, right? Personalized what? Mentorship. So that as you're going through all of this stuff, right, you're not going through it alone. You're going through it with somebody that's been there. Somebody that got a remote job that can, this is how I did it. This is how I did it. This is how I did it, right? If we have referral, we can remember and say, Moses, are you available? Somebody need blah, blah, put here. Are you available? Put here. We've gotten jobs for a lot of our students. 250k job, this job, that job, blah, blah, based on our referrals alone, right? Tony, are you available? There's a job out there. Justin, there's a job available. Are you available? There's a job. Roslyn, Daniel, there's a job available. Are you available? You say, yes, I'm available. That kind of thing, right? Olayinka, are you available? There's a job available down there, right? Just in case you're hearing me and the name I'm calling sounds like your name. That is my gift of prophecy that is working, showing that. Don't mind me, I'm kidding. I'm reading the names actually here. on my screen. So you might be, some people might be wondering, how is he calling my name or my surname? Where is this silly job? How do you know that my name is Isaac Jacob? How did he know that my name is Joseph Roberts? How did you know that my name is Lucas blah blah Martins? Or they? How did you know? I'm actually reading your name from your account, so I can see your names. So it's not witchcraft. All right. So that being said, right? The last gift I want to give to you guys today is what Karima asked me to tell you guys. That private support group that you guys on WhatsApp, right? We are going to discontinue that group and delete that group in the next 1 hour. So if you want to be part, Karima told me that we normally have 10 slots for the physical boot camp. So, and Karima told me that we have about two slots or so remaining. I can't really remember. You know, it was when you pay, that means we've reserved a seat for you. Or even if we send you invoice and you've not paid, you don't reserve a seat for you. The last time, I remember somebody, she did not, this lady, she's really funny. Guess what, guys? She said she's going to enroll for, I think previous section, right? So we sent her invoice. She did not pay the invoice, right? And we've already received money from 10 people. On that day, she just appeared at our office and said that the class started today. She wants to. Have you paid? She said no. I said, sorry, the class is filled up. We already have 10 people that have paid, and our sitting capacity is 10. We don't take more than 10 people per class. Our sitting capacity at our office is 10. She was like, hey, no, but you get to really send me invoice. Why won't you? She was trying to just like cause little drama there, right? So please, I don't want you guys to fall under that category, right? If you really know this is what you want to do, as we are sending you invoice, we're making your payment, we're sending you a receipt immediately. So, and if we've not sent you invoice, if we send you invoice, try and make your payment this night, so that tomorrow now, Karima will not tell you that the seat is filled up. The highest thing that we can do if you already paid your money is to issue you a refund. Right? That's the highest thing we'll do. And not say, when I come on that day, that's when I'm going to make payment. You come on that day, you cannot make payment on that day. Right? Because before that day, we definitely will get our numbers already, because I think it's about 2 or 3 slots that is remaining. Right? So 1 hour left. So if we've not sent you invoice, you would love to join, send Karima a DM, Nedia a DM. Karima is going to respond of your full name, email address, and phone number with the intended course. For example, samuellinus@gmail.com. I'm interested in UI UX design. My phone number is 081 blah 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 blah. Send it to Karima. She's going to prepare an invoice for you, and she's going to reserve your seat. Once you make your payment, your reservation will be what? Confirmed. You will get a receipt immediately you make your payment after you get that particular invoice. Right? So, and I'll be looking forward to connect with you guys physically. Okay, Karima, you want to say something? Yeah, I'm with you.
I wanted to emphasize the DM thing. Please don't send the info to the group. Send it to the DM, because we are going to delete that group, and we don't want to delete your information with the group.
Yeah.
So send it as a DM.
All right. So send it as a DM, not send it to the group, because I will be deleting the group in an hour, right? So we have that group is not our main community, right? So now the group that you guys joined from or you guys are in is not our main community. So we'll be just for the sake of it's a waiting and temporary group. So we'll be deleting it in an hour. So this is what now? This is around 9:34. So that means by 10:30, that group should be off. Right? So you want to send a private DM to Karima, your full name, email address, and phone number. Right? So, and thank you. Feel free to share. So if you love what this webinar, I'll be reading the drop testimonials inside the group, please. If you enjoyed it, please drop testimonials inside the group. Anybody that drop a testimonial inside the group, ask me for the slide. I'm going to personally send you a private message on WhatsApp with a link to the slide. And guess what? I'm not only going to share the slide. This is where I prepared the slide. There's other pages. On this slide, I'm going to also share with you my portfolio template. You could see. I'm also going to share with you my resume template. When I share this link, all I just need to do is to click on this share button. I'm going to generate the link, and you're going to have all of this stuff for free. Yes, you are not going to pay a dime. Right? You're not only going to get the slide, you're going to get my portfolio template. You're also going to get my CV template, my resume template, you're going to get a link to several resources, to ATS resumes, to cover letters, to tech cover letters, to so many other resources that I have on this particular Figma file, all for free. All you have to do for this amazing gift is tell me what you love the most about the webinar inside the group and ask for the resources. And I'm not going to share the link inside the group, of course. I don't want people to get it. I'll just read it and I will send you a private a message on WhatsApp with the link that carries all of this slide and all of these extra resources. Consider it as my gift from me to you at zero cost. But you would have to tell me what you love about the webinar. The Bible said something that Jesus Christ healed 10 lepers. Only one came back and said thank you. And he told that one, go, you are whole. So everybody joined, they've gained it. The ones that will drop testimonials to say, this is what I learned, amazing section, blah, 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 blah. Those are the ones that are going to get a whole of other stuffs and even plus more. Right? So I'm open to questions. You want to ask Nadia a question, you want to ask me a question, feel free to ask me a question. I will take a few questions probably in the next 2-3 minutes, then we'll call it a day. And don't forget to send Nadia a DM, right? So please go ahead. Okay, let me answer. My first question is from Isaac. You can actually type your question here. Once I answer like 2 or 3 questions, we'll just call it a day. So Isaac is asking me, how can someone participate from Abuja? I am very interested. Luckily for you, Isaac, we have an online course. And guess what? Our online course is way cheaper. Our online course is just 15,000 naira per month, right? And I saw somebody that is Samaj still here? Samad is one of the guys that spoke before. Samad is currently taking our online course. I don't know if he's still here. He would have been, I would have just asked him to share his experience. I don't know if he's still here. So he joined. He's one of our online students, right? So we have an amazing community for our online course. It's 15,000 naira per month. We have live classes every Saturdays. You have access to all of the learning materials on our platform, nerdyi.com, right? On all of those stuffs. And you have an accountability partner too as well. You can schedule clarity call. Amazing stuff actually happening online. So if you are not in Lagos and you really want to learn and be part of the Nerdy Eye community, I would advise you to go for the online course. All you just need to do is to go to nerdyi.com, create your account. You are going to see the courses. For the first time user, you're going to get 50% off. So instead of you paying 15K, you'll be paying 7,500 naira only, right, to join us. So that's for Isaac Jacob that is asking me from Abuja. So that's what I advise you to do. So 7,500 naira, Isaac, join us right now. You will join a private support group, right? A private support group on WhatsApp once you enroll for our online program. You can do that on our website immediately. Is that clear, Isaac? Right? And I'll be hoping to see you inside. All right, so somebody said, Moses Edwin said, I already have the experience. I just have to do all that you've told me to do. Told me today. Thanks. Amazing. I'm rooting for you, Moses. Right? Feel free to let me know how it goes. I wish you all the best. Go put in the work, right? Ensure you do do all those stuff is good, right? I'm rooting for you. Just apply some of these things, and I wish you all the best.